Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. As we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news there are more twists and turns in international trade to report. But first in the US, the New York Empire Factory Survey came in positively in November on the back of a good rise in new orders. But they got a similar jump in November 2024, and this latest 2025 result is 7.5% lower than that. In Canada, their inflation rate dipped slightly in October to 2.2% from 2.4% in September, and far less than the 3% in rising inflation rate last reported by their southern neighbour. Canadian petrol prices fell sharply, and the steam seems to have gone out of their grocery prices. In China, there is increasing talk that the weekend's very soft economic data will bring rate cuts to their loan prime rates when they're next reviewed on Thursday. Even a cut in their reserve ratio requirement for banks. Both are currently at record low levels. And in something of a big surprise, a big positive surprise, Singapore's October non-oil exports rose sharply to 17.2 billion Singapore dollars, up more than 23% from a year ago, up 15% from September alone. But India's exports fell almost 12% in October from a year ago. Indian imports surged more than 16% in the same month. Indian exports to the US fell notably. That has resulted in a huge merchandise trade deficit and a blowout of almost 42 billion US dollars, and by far and away their largest trade deficit. And we should note that aluminium prices, which are already very high, are likely to rise further on tight supply. Rio Tinto is adding surcharges on shipments to the US, where prices are globally elevated anyway due to tariffs, due to the supply shortage and the need for Americans to pay up to get the product. That cascades through to consumer prices and inflation. These cost increases will be particularly troublesome for US-made cars. And the US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.13%, down 2 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today at $4,067 an ounce, down $14 from yesterday. And American oil prices have held from yesterday to be just over $60 a barrel, while the international Brent price is still just under $64.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now just on 56.7 US cents, down 10 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're up 20 basis points, 87.1 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're little changed to 48.9 euro cents. That all means our trade weighted index starts today at just over 61.3, and also little change from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $93,687 and down 0.5% from yesterday. And that's now lower than year-ago levels. You can get more news about the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.